This is Meteorologist Matthew East, and this is the Friday, October the 31st, Halloween edition of the Carolina Weather Video. And it is another cold start to the day today. The obligatory comment here, frost on the pumpkins again this morning here on this Halloween morning. Many spots, again, below freezing in the Piedmont. But this is the last sub-freezing night, it looks like, for at least a week or so, as we're entering a little bit of a milder stretch of weather here over the next 5 to 7 days. There's the temperature pattern across the lower 48. Still this little bit of a bubble of colder air up and down the eastern seaboard. But notice the warmer air back over the plain states, and that extends all the way up into the Great Lakes region, and that bubble of warmth continues to gradually expand eastward and up in our direction. And we're going to have some really, really nice weather to enjoy through the course of this weekend. High pressure sitting directly over the Carolinas this morning, and that'll be the case all day. Lots of sunshine all day today, and there's that southwesterly flow on the backside of the high. That's cranking those warmer temperatures all the way up into the Great Lakes region. And our flow of winds will become more and more out of the southwest, and that will mean milder afternoon and overnight low temperatures coming up. So if you've been looking for a break from the colder air we've had this week, it is coming today and this weekend. Very, very quiet weather over much of the central and eastern United States. Now, there is a pretty good storm system affecting the western United States. A good bit of rain's been occurring there in parts of the west coast region, the California, Washington, and Oregon areas, especially on the western side of the mountains there. But that storm system's still a long way away from us. Let's take a look at the upper air chart. This is off of the 0Z run of the GFS. The thing to notice here, there's our trough. Now gone out to sea, and a little bit of a ridge developing here in the southern Rockies and the Plain States, and there's that big trough off the west coast, bringing that next storm system into that region. So there we are. That's 2 o'clock this afternoon. There we are. It's at 2 o'clock Sunday afternoon. A bit of a trough in the western U.S., and then really a zonal flow here across the southern United States. And that is going to give us really some fairly quiet and milder weather through the weekend. And then we'll peek ahead here at next Thursday. And this is all the way out to Thursday, the 6th of November. And a nice trough over the central part of the country moving eastward. We'll talk more about that here in just 1 second. All right, so for today, high pressure overhead, good-looking Halloween forecast, high temps upper 60s to even some lower 70s across the Piedmont. The weather will be just fine for the trick-or-treaters this evening. We're looking at a clear sky through the evening. Temperatures dropping into and through the 50s with time after sunset. Lows in the upper 30s in many spots tonight, so another chilly night just above freezing. And then great weather for tomorrow, for your Saturday. Lots of sun, highs low to mid-70s across the Piedmont regions. Looks great. Sunday, a little backdoor cold front noses through from the north. Notice high pressure sort of nosing down the eastern side of the mountains again. So I think a little cooler Sunday, highs back down into the 60s, and then we'll keep a lot of 60s in the rest of the 7-day outlook, but still not bad at all. Should still be a lot of sunshine for Sunday. Still some question marks next week. This is Monday at 2 in the afternoon, and notice we have this pool of Atlantic moisture sort of lurking off the coast, and occasionally the models have wanted to bring that inland into the Carolinas. For the time being, I've left the forecast through midweek next week dry, but just keep in mind there could be a shower somewhere in there Tuesday or Wednesday, but the chances just don't look overly great right now. Tuesday, there you go, a lot of rain along the coast, but that doesn't make it very far inland. So there'll be some rain next week for coastal parts of the Carolinas, no doubt. And as we get on into Wednesday, that little area of low pressure begins to develop off the coast here, and that'll begin to lift up the coast and pull the moisture away with it. Meanwhile, look at the strong low pressure area back over the Plain States. That's going to be a big player, looks like, next week. This is Wednesday at 2 p.m. Here's Thursday at 2 p.m. And nice cold front extends down into the Mississippi Valley. And that is moving eastward. Strong low pressure sitting over Minnesota. Will still be dry, it looks like, on Thursday. But by Friday morning, this is 8 o'clock Friday morning, your cold front just to the west of the mountains. And if this is correct, we would see rain spreading in next Friday. And that looks like our next significant rain chance, probably still about a week away. But again, I can't completely rule out a shower midweek next week, but it looks like the best widespread rain chance to come, or the next big widespread rain chance to come, will be around next Friday. All right, over to the European. This is valid next Saturday, the 8th of November. actually Friday evening, valid Friday evening, 1 week from today, next Friday evening the 7th. Big trough in the eastern part of the country, and I think that's probably onto the right idea. So that cold front I mentioned probably moves through Friday, some showers with that, and then a change back to colder weather for the weekend of the 9th and the 10th. And that's right on schedule with some of these ideas I've been laying out here. By the second week in November, back to a colder pattern. And really at the same general time that trough is swinging into the eastern United States, another pretty good trough swinging into eastern Asia. And again, that normally teleconnects a week or so down the road to a trough in the eastern U.S. So I think, again, beginning the 7th or 8th or so of November, we're heading back into a colder than normal pattern. And we'll see how long that lasts. But mid-November could be fairly chilly around here. And we'll see if it winds up being chilly and stormy as well. All right, that is it for today's edition of the Carolina Weather Video. Everyone have a wonderful evening and a wonderful weekend ahead. Keep safe this evening with all the trick-or-treaters out and about on the community roadways. Be aware of that. And enjoy the weekend weather. The next edition of the Carolina Weather Video should be posted bright and early next Monday morning. Have a great weekend, and God bless.